Alright, what's going on everyone? So Wilds of Eldraine just released. I really wish I was recording when I opened the client because my renewal egg had a whole bunch of alchemy cards in it. Very disappointing. Actually, before we get into this, be sure to open your mail. You do get 3 free packs. There's also a new way to earn gold here. This is interesting. 3 quick drafts for 1,000 gold. So that basically makes the entry fee, because isn't it play until you lose 3 times? Am I misremembering? Yeah, so you're guaranteed to get 3. So that basically reduces the cost to 4,000, right? You pay 5, you get 1 back. Interesting. Anyway, we're going to open our packs. I believe, I'm interested to see, there's a new animation. Also, before we get into this, so I don't avoid spoilers, but I haven't followed super closely. So a lot of this is going to be new to me. I've seen a lot of cards. I've seen like the bargain card. Yeah, it is new. Look at that, fancy. Why do I have 2 things? Oh, because there's a I got a Leyline of the Void. And this Archon. 4 mana, 4/4 flying. That's a great start. Other creatures you control that are enchanted are also 4/4s. That seems pretty good. And a Leyline. I mean, this is a great start. Dismiss cards. You can't, so if I click 1, before there was a pack down here and I could just open them continuously. I can't do that now. Also, the update just went live, so the, it might be a little bit slow. Yeah, before, like, you could just click from pack to pack. Now I can't do that. So I wish the pack would show up over here since there's space, and then I could just click the next one. Obviously, another Leyline. Wow. 2 Leylines, 2 mana, 2/2 vigilance. At the beginning of combat, you can pay 1. If you do, create a sorcerer role token. It's also not bad. I wonder if this set is as broken as the original, because it seems pretty good. At least the first 2 rares were pretty good. The animation isn't lagging, so that's nice. I always found it to be super lag. What is this art? What is this? Alright. Yeah. Haven't seen that. I saw this. I didn't read it because I didn't feel like reading all the text. 4 mana, 4/4. Flying trample. Great. When it attacks, create a treasure token. That's fantastic. That's like Goldspan Dragon. 3 mana, exile the top 2 cards of an opponent's library face down. You can look at those and play them. So you don't get mana of any color, but this, this makes treasure so you can cast the stuff. Yeah. Oh, so far, 3 cards, and all of them seem pretty decent, pretty playable. If you're new, the original Eldraine was very broken. Primal Vigor. So these are only going to be playable in Historic and Brawl, and then also it'll be, some of them might be Pioneer Legal. I don't know what cards are in the set, but we got another one of these. Duplicate already. Yeah, in my renewal egg, I got 2 of the lands. That's pretty good. And the black bargain card. Yeah, this animation is so much smoother. It's not, like before I'd click a pack and it would lag. Mythic Rare, that's fine. Intangible Virtue, this is okay. Alright, I was gonna say, that's the first card we got that wasn't that good. That's because we got a wild card, So far, every card from the set that I've seen has been kind of crazy. I've seen this one. This is a Banisher Priest. 3 mana, 2/2, exile something, returns it. So that's pretty good. This waiting for server thing's kind of annoying, but I think that's probably because the update went live like an hour ago. So I'll just shut up when that's happening and then cut it out. But yeah, I am having to wait a while. We get a Natural Growth. Isn't this the... Yeah, this is the Midnight Hunt card, right? And Horned Lock Whale. 6 mana, 6/6. It enters the battlefield tapped unless it's your turn. Okay, so you can't flash it in and block. 2 mana. The owner of target attacking creature you don't control puts on the top or bottom of their library. I mean, a 2 mana get rid of a creature is fine. The spell is fine. Actually could be playable in blue control. It's like the type of card you're only playing it for the spell. And then the creature is like kind of medium but fine on top of the spell. It's like free on top, right? So it's not terrible. Not terrible at all. Got the land. These lands are looking pretty good. These are going to make Field of Ruin and what's the other one? Demolition Field or whatever. Those are going to be much more important, I think, going forward. Want to be able to blow up lands. Because everyone's going to have creatures in their mana bases now. Like when, there's another one of those. Like when Forgotten Realms was in Standard, right? And everyone had Den of the Bugbear and whatever that black creature was and stuff. So yeah. Craft those if you don't have them. Dark Tutelage. Interesting. And, oh yeah, this is the white Crater Hoof Behemoth, and I think it's better personally. 8 mana 6/6 when it enters. Creatures you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X, and flying, by the way. They gain flying and then get +X/+X, where X is the number of creatures. And that's just insane in a token deck, because it doesn't say non-token creatures. So if you have like 5 tokens, they'll get +4/+4 in flying. No trample though, I guess. Ground Seal, what's this? Draw a card. I don't know why that doesn't sound familiar. Another one of those. Getting lots of duplicates, but like getting duplicates of crazy cards because all the cards seem kind of powerful. I just remember opening, like I always do these openings, I open my 50 card bundle in a video. And so many sets I'm like just clicking, trying to find a good card. And here it seems like everything seems pretty decent. Sacrifice any number of artifacts, enchantments, and or tokens. Return that many creature cards from the graveyard to the battlefield. So once again, this is like a indomitable creativity where it's like, I'll sacrifice 3 1/1 tokens. Like, yeah, you could sacrifice like blood tokens and get back like Atraxas and stuff, right? It does cost 5. So I don't know if it's going to be Pioneer playable. Maybe it is, but that definitely seems like a standard playable indomitable creativity where you put Atraxa and stuff in your graveyard and, well, it gets crazy. Copy enchantment. It's kind of cool. And the Goose Mother. I've seen this. This is the Hydroid Crisis, basically. It's huge, draws cards. Gonna be played in like Simic Control and Simic Ramp type of decks. Seems decent. Open these, we got Sanguine Bond. Is that, I think it's already on the client, right? Maybe? Maybe not, I don't know. The art's really cool though. And we got Extraordinary Journey, which just has a bunch of text. You know, I only have so much time. I'm not gonna read that one. But I'm sure it's good, because everything has been good. Karuk's Uprising. Man, the art, I do like these, I forget what they're calling them, but these storybook art type of things are pretty cool looking. And we got another one of the lands. Probably want like 1 or 2 of all of them. So I think I have 4 of them now already, so that's good. Uncommon Wild Card. Another one, alright, 2 in a row? Sure. Is this where we start getting skeptical of the pack opening algorithm? Because I've gotten a lot of duplicates, but it's fine. I don't play Brawl, so, you know, having 3 or 4 copies of, like, every card is good. What is this? I've seen this art, but not the card. 4 mana 4/4. When it enters, make a monster roll token, so it's +1/+1 in trample, and you attach it to it. So it's a 4 mana 5/5 trampler, really. Sacrifice an aura, attach to it. It fights target creature. Okay. So it's sort of like, enters with the +1/+1 counter, and you can remove it to fight something. Was there a card like that? The black-green Pelucranos. So in that realm of things, sort of similar. Seems alright. That's the first card where I've been like, it's okay. Elusive Otter. This is another one I've seen but haven't read. X and green, distribute X +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures. That's pretty good. And it's a 1 mana 1/1 prowess. That's not so good. Creatures with power less than it can't block it. So what's weird about this is it wants to be in a creature-based deck with lots of things to distribute the counters, but it has prowess, so you want to have a lot of non-creatures. I mean, red aggro plays prowess creatures, and there's still a lot of creatures, but it's an interesting combination of wanting spells and creatures. Rare wild card is fantastic. How many of those do I have now? 34? Yeah, I'll be crafting some decks. We'll be playing standard soon. I'm a little bit burnt out after the starter deck upgrades, admittedly, but we'll be getting into standard with some of these new cards very soon. 4 mana, Rankle's Prank. Each player discards 2, each player loses 4, each player sacrifices 2. That's a commander card. I know a commander card when I see it, and that's a commander card. I don't play commander, but I can recognize that. I've seen lists with this, and like the Golgari like self-mode decks that has power and toughness equal to the number of creatures you control. So you put it with like Urborg, Lurgoyf, which is always fun to say, and Old Stick Fingers and stuff like that. It seems very cool. I will probably play that deck just because I really like that Golgari self-mode deck. So that's something I could see myself playing very soon. Sleep Cursed Fairy. 1 mana, 3/3. Well, that's a weird. Okay. It enters the battlefield with 3 stun counters. Okay. But you can untap it with mana. So it's a 1 mana 3/3. It's not going to untap itself until turn 4. Interesting. There was another blue creature. I can't remember the name of it. That was similar to that. It was like a 1 mana 3/3 flyer. I think it was a fairy too. I'll put it on screen. So it's similar to that. It was played. Curiosity's got a fancy art. I don't know if I like this one though. Don't know how I feel about that. I'm not sure. Rowan. Rakdos. 3 mana 4/2 menace. Spells you cast this turn that are black or red cost X less, where X is the amount of life you lost this turn. So it's either broken or unplayable. That just purely depends on what else is in the metagame. Probably unplayable. I'm leaning towards unplayable, but that's the one. I got this land in the renewal egg, and these lands are great, so happy to have those. Want more of them? Actually, do I? I think I have one of every one of them now. Intangible Virtue. I thought this was rare. I've seen it. Ashiok looks sweet. I never cared about Ashiok as a character until Magic Spellslingers. I've played that game for I think I have 50 hours in it. And Ashiok is my favorite Planeswalker in that game. So now I see Ashiok and I'm like, yes. Big fan of Ashiok now that I've played Ashiok in another game. Don't know why, but it is what it is. Alright, Stab Wound. Interesting art. Is that an egg? Is that a chicken? What am I looking at? I think it's a chicken. It's a chicken egg? I don't know. Oh, this just seems broken. What the heck is this? 2 mana, has power and toughness equal to the number of non-land permanents you control. I didn't watch any of the early access. I don't know if anyone tried this, but it's basically the new Lurgoyf, right? Or the Tarmogoyf. Tarmogoyf was broken for a long time, and now we have one in standard, in white. Griffinary. That's a fun card. And life gain decks? 3 mana, 3/3. Whenever a rat enters the battlefield, exile 1 target card from an opponent's graveyard. So similar to Graveyard Trespasser in the in terms of having main board graveyard hate. At the beginning of combat, make a 1/1. I can't block. Yeah, fine. There's so many good black mid-range cards right now. There's there's Graveyard Trespasser, there's Phyrexian Soul the Worm, and there's also that Brothers of Aftermath card that eats graveyards and gets counters. So yeah, lots of good 3-drops in black. It's overloaded, I would say. 4 mana 4/4 is a great start. Choose an enchantment you control that doesn't have the same name as another permanent you control. Create a token of it, except it's not legendary. Okay, so you can copy enchantments, but you can't copy the same enchantment twice, is basically what it's saying. If the token is an aura, untap this, scry 2. 4 mana 4/4 that makes copies of enchantments. Seems good. Only for 2 it does have to tap, but yeah, it's not bad, I would say. There are a lot of enchantment payoffs. It seems like we always have enchantments in standard now. 3 mana, 3/2. 1 mana instant to make a food. Then it's a 3 mana, 3/2 lifelink. That's good. When it enters, up to 1 target creature gets -X. -X, where X is the amount of life you've gained this turn. Seems like amazing in draft and maybe okay. And it's basically like a Ravenous Chupacabra that's more difficult to activate, right? Ravenous Chupacabra is 4 mana, destroys something, but it's a 2/2, so this is cheaper. It's bigger, has a lifelink, can make a food, but it's harder to kill something. I would rather have Ravenous Chupacabra personally, but it might be decent. Impact Tremors. Another Regal. I probably need those. Those are probably good. So that's 2 of those. Not bad. Not bad at all. We have another land. I think that's my 3rd one of those. And Forced Fruition. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player draws 7. Wait, whenever an opponent... Okay, yeah, this is a mill. You force your opponent to draw their own deck until they just lose. Interesting. Alright. The animation... So I got 2 mythics here. We have Repercussion, and this card, 4 mana, 3/4 flying. When it enters, choose a number between 1 and 10. Alright, this is already weird. Whenever an opponent casts a spell with mana value, power or toughness equal to the chosen number, that player loses 2 and you draw. So there was a Strixhaven card similar to this. I think you had to name a card, but the fact that it's mana value or power and toughness, you just name 1, 2, or 3, right? Somewhere in that range? Huh. And it's a 4 mana 3/4 flyer. Not exceptional, especially since it's a legendary, so you can't have multiples of them. But I don't know. Seems like the jury's out. I'm not sure. It seems pretty good. Maybe. Elvish Archivist and Mana Flare. That's a really cool looking card. 2 mana 0/1. I haven't seen this card at all. Whenever one or more artifacts enter the battlefield, put 2+1/+1 counters on it. So it's one or more, so if you put like a bunch of tokens in play, it won't stack. Oh, and it only triggers once per turn. I had to read the next sentence. I'm kind of so-so on that. Whenever one or more enchantments enter the battlefield, draw a card. Okay, so this is very narrow. Maybe it's good with those Kamigawa, the artifact enchantment crossover, but that was Orzhov, not green. Not sure. Devouring, Sugar Maul, and Polluted Bonds with a very cool art. Also, I didn't comment. Really like these adventures that have 2 colors. Very cool. So it's 2 mana, make a 1/1 and a food. So, whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to be good, right? It's like a Lovestruck Beast is 1 mana, make a 1/1. So, in that realm, 4 mana, 6/6, Menace Trample. At the beginning of upkeep, you have to sacrifice something. It's very powerful. 4 mana, 6/6, Menace Trample. I mean, if you can play stuff that likes to be sacrificed, it's really crazy, right? Like a Doomed, what's the thing that makes the 2/2 zombie when it dies? Not Doom Traveler, that's the white card. Fiery Imp, that's the art. So I really like the art on these cards. And Song of whatever that is. Create X 1/1s. And they gain haste. Alright, yeah, this is pretty standard. Seen a lot of stuff like that. Alright. Let's see. Stab Wound with the chicken egg, whatever that is. And Elusive Otter again, which seems okay. Alright. Let's see. Shared Animosity with some pretty cool art and a mythic. Almost up to 40. We're getting one here, so I'll probably hit 40, right? Dark Tutelage, and another one of these trolls. Getting lots of duplicates, which is fine for deck building. That card seems okay. Griffinary, and Hilda's Crown of Winter. Right, this is the, like, icy manipulator type of thing. It taps a creature, costs 1 less if it's on your turn, so it's free. Then you can sacrifice it to draw for each tapped creature the opponent controls. It's either unplayable or it's going to ruin our lives because blue-white control is going to play it. And it's just going to be like, oh, there's that card again. Got a big dragon, 6 mana, 4/6 bargain. I think I saw this because this was day 9's preview card, I think. 6 mana, 4/6 bargain. Flying Haste, when it enters, if it was bargained, add 4 mana, so you can immediately play a 4-drop if you sacrifice a token or something, and you can pay 2 to deal 1. That's an outlet for that mana. It's fine. It's a big stupid dragon. Seems okay. And we have Charming Scoundrel. Yeah, this is the only reason I saw this is because it's a flipped version of Charming Prince, right? It's a 2 mana 1/1 haste. When it enters, you can discard to draw, make a treasure, or make a Wicked Rule token. Seems fine. Seems just as potentially playable as Charmed Prince was. You'll be playing it in like a deck that can flicker it or something. Beseech, yeah, this is the black bargain card that everyone is saying is broken. We'll see. I have 2 of them now because I got one in my renewal egg. It searches for anything in your deck. But you can bargain it and then it does something. I forget. I actually forgot what the bargain does. Oppression with pretty cool art. Red Cap Gutter Dweller, 4 mana, 3/3, Menace. When it enters, make 2 of these rat tokens, so it puts 5 power on board. At the beginning of upkeep, you can sacrifice a creature, like one of those rat tokens, to put a +1/+1 counter on it. Oh, and exile the top card and you can play it. Okay, so it's another Rakdos sacrifice card. Who would have thought Rakdos sacrifice? This card seems pretty cool. I mean, just a 4 mana 4/4 that can turn your... I guess you need to be in auras for it to be good, but still seems pretty decent. Alright, Grasp of Fate and a rare wild card. Great. How many do I have? 38 and 40. Sure. I mean, this card just looks freaking cool, man. And we have this thing again. The possibly worse Ravenous Chupacabra. Rare wild card. Brings me up to 39. And we got Will. 3 mana 2/4. Okay, so it's the same thing as Rowan, but the opposite. This seems more doable. Spells you cast this turn cost X less, where X is the amount of life you've gained. So this in a life gain deck can just cast huge things. There must be a giant life gain payoff that hasn't been playable, and maybe that makes it playable. So that seems pretty good. Compulsion and that commander card. That one commander card. I'm sure there's lots of commander cards. Did I not get a... Oh, it's here. Hatching plans. And this whale. Well, if this whale is good, I've gotten 3 of them. So there's that. Stab the chicken egg. And 3 blind mice. Make a 1/1. Create a token that's a copy of target creature. So you can copy the blind... Oh, it's got 4... What are they called? Chapters? So it makes a 1/1, then it copies, then it gives things +1/+1 and vigilance, all for 3 mana. Yeah, in a token deck. I could see that being pretty good. So how are we feeling about this new animation? Having seen it, I say it's a pretty good improvement. Heartflame Duelist, 2 mana, 3/1. Instants and sorceries have lifelink. That's for a 3/1, yeah, it's fine. And then 3 mana, deal 3 damage to any target. Holy crap, this goes right into Boros Burn. That Boros Burn deck I played with like Rem, Carulus, and whatnot. Yeah, this goes in there. For sure. That seems fantastic. I give that a 10 out of 10. Maybe not. Maybe like a 7 out of 10, but it seems pretty good. Oh, we got Waste Not. Oh, look at that art. That is very cool. People say purple and green don't go together. Incorrect. It goes together and like toxic, creepy stuff like this. Anyway, Agatha's Soul Cauldron. It's a lot of text. You can spend mana as though it were any color to activate abilities of creatures you control. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and have all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with it. And you can exile cards from a graveyard. When a creature is exiled this way, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It's a lot. It only costs 2. That's one of those where we need to see what else is in standard before we know how good it is. It's hard to draw. It's hard to judge the raw power, but Archon of Wild Rose. So here's the question: do we still get alchemy cards in these golden packs? Was very disappointed to see that we get. Oh, they're all hidden now. Ooh, we can do them one at a time. We get Boonbringer Valkyrie. We get Feral Encounter, a new card. Look at the top 5. You may exile a creature, put the rest on the bottom. You may cast the exiled card this turn. Wait, at the beginning of the next combat phase, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to up to 1 target creature you don't control. Wait a second. So this is a fight spell, not a fight spell, but your creature deals damage to their creature. And it digs 5 for a creature. Look at the top 5, exile a creature, and then at the beginning of the next combat phase. That feels like an alchemy card with the tracking combat phase, but you know, it's fine. Mercurial Spell Dancer. This card seems so powerful and no one plays it. Land. That's great. We get Lord Skitters. So far, we did not get an alchemy card. No Lord of the Rings cards. This is a new one though. When it enters, create a Wicked Rule token for 2 mana. At the beginning of your draw step, if you control an enchanted creature, you lose 1 life and draw a card. So this is like a Phyrexian Arena. Cheaper. You could get locked out of drawing cards, but you also have some control to not draw if you're losing too much life. Interesting. And Sword of Forge and Frontier. Not bad, not bad. We'll open it. So no alchemy cards so far. I don't know why I'm opening in this order. Don't ask me. Here's another another Eldraine card. Exile target creature or planeswalker, search its controllers. Okay, so this is like exile something and then get rid of all of them. Sure. This is also an Eldraine. I got this in the my renewal egg. Yes, that's pretty good. What is a Raging Battle Mouse? Yep, okay. 2 mana, 2/1. The second spell you cast each turn costs 1 less to cast. So only the second spell, not everything after your first. It's only your second spell. Your third spell will still be full price. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield under your control, target creature you control gets +1/+1. Interesting. It's potentially playable in red aggro. I'd at least like to see it tested. This I saw It mills 7, and then it's basically a reanimator piece. The creature can discard cards to return stuff. Yeah, it mills, and then we get one of those Wilkenars. Interesting. So it looks like the Lord of the Rings cards were. I'll do this in this order. I guess it's because this was mythic and I was building up to it, but I'll do them in this order. Well, I was gonna say no Lord of the Rings cards and 3 packs. So that's probably good. It means they have removed the alchemy cards. 4 mana, 3/3. It mills and returns a land similar to Bramble Elemental, and then it gives your land creatures +1/+1. God, getting a lot of Eldraine cards, which is great. All right, well, I'm seeing a 2 mana 3/2. That's already good. Trample. When it dies, you may cast it from your graveyard as an adventure until the end of your next turn. So you just get to recast it. You may cast it from your graveyard as an adventure. So that means you have to cast the adventure? Or does it... Actually, don't know what this does. So if it dies, when it says cast it as an adventure, does it mean you have to cast the adventure? Or are you casting it as if it's on an adventure? I assume it means you have to cast Dread Whispers, which is draw and lose 1 life. I mean, it still seems really good in like Golgari mid-range. 2 mana 3/2 Trampler that just keeps coming back. Seems decent. Another one. I got this in my renewal egg as well. Sure. Get taxi. I think this card seems cool. Just no one played it. We saw that. And oh, okay. Wow, I just got really lucky. I can't believe I got 3 packs in. Only one useless alchemy card. Well, I spoke too soon then. Now I'm just gonna get all alchemy. This card's cool. We got Danitha. We got the Balrog. Yeah, there they are. Another Rowan. 3 Blind Mice. Painful Quandary. This is in standard. I didn't. Oh, I knew that. Sure. I knew the card. I just didn't know it was in standard right now. Okay. Anyway, we have Zimone and Dina. My first one from Aftermath or whatever, and then we get the alchemy card. Sir Ginger. This is it's food basically. It gets big and then it gains a life equal to, yeah, Shielded. That's pretty good. Another 3 Blind Mice. Got 3 of those, ironically. And Metropolis Reformer, which is actually not terrible. All right. Well, there's our packs. New pack opening animation gets a thumbs up. I just wish there was a way to open from pack to pack. Set seems pretty good. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next one.